Okay guys, so I'm over here. I got the man lift with the other truck. I just want to look at the ground right here real quick. So to go, get y'all close up here. Well, all these sweet gum balls are everywhere. So this is the pine tree right here. It shouldn't have any problems with it really. It's pretty easy. So the goal would be, so we're going to do the pine tree, and then we're going to trim all this off the house right here. So I need to back the man lift in and get it right along in here somewhere, right? Because I know that if the man lift's facing that way, when I come up, I can go that way. If I can't, well, you can't put it in here any other way. I always like to be able to go that way when I come up. It'll go 360. Well, it'll go 359.9, and then it has a blocker where you can't keep going around. So you wouldn't want to be on this side, like if I back down in that driveway. But that car's plenty far enough. Probably hit some of the sweet gum trees right here too, because he's paying pretty good. And yeah, so man lift right here. Unhook the truck, go back to the house, grab the other truck. But if you can get the man lift right here and hit this and get these with the same without having to move it, I don't think I can. But we'll see how soft that tree is. Yeah, because I get up in it, and if it's real soft, I'll cut it and push the top out of it once I get all the limbs off of it. Now the biggest thing, like I was saying in the truck, is okay, what are we going to do with everything? Now they did say that I could come through here. Let's see, look, that car coming in the way, and I have to trim this tree right here and just put it down in the back here somewhere. So I'm going to have to cut it in pretty small pieces. See, when you have a man lift, you have to, like this, you have to be aware of where your stop bar is. See, I can't rotate that way, so I can go all the way around the other way. And so that's going to give me the radius I need for that tree and this tree, I hope. And you got to always remember that the middle of the man lift is where your distance is from. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm not going to set it up right now, so I might have to nudge it a little bit. I want to see. So let me get on back to the house and grab the skid steer and get it over here. And I can nudge the thing around pretty easy with the skid steer. So yeah. Okay guys, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. So I'm going over here, I'm gonna do this little tree job today. It's a $1,000 job. If nothing goes wrong, I might even grind the stump for him, because it's not a big job at all. And I don't have to haul anything out of there. I just gotta take the stuff to the woods. Now, I did weigh my options there, because sometimes hauling it off might be easier logistically. And if I'm charging $1,000 and I only have to leave my neighborhood, you know, I can go to the dump if I want to. I mean, the dump's only like 6 miles from here. Probably cost me $60 or so. If I had a guy out here working with me, then it would be an easy day for them. But you know, that's what happens when you don't have any labor, and then the guys that you did have out here that are calling now wanting to come to work, well, they wasn't thinking about all that when they left me high and dry. So yeah, it's 10 minutes till, well, it's 20 minutes to 9 now. And I don't anticipate being over there no more than about 4 hours at the most. But not having no help, I'm gonna have to make 2 trips. So this is the thinking. I'm gonna pull the man lift over there with the other truck. I got the other truck backed up to the shop door. So I'm gonna, by now y'all have been done seen where I loaded the man lift, hooked it to the other truck. So the thinking is this, is if I take the skid steer over there and drop it, then I come back over there with the man lift in the other truck. Well, I'd rather have this truck out there, even though this truck's bigger and everything. All I got, well, you know, I got a lot of stuff in this truck. My camera mounts and all the stuff that go wrong stuff, you know, if something goes wrong. If I don't have to move the man lift at all, that would be great. Because that's what takes, you know, that holds you up, that knocks you off your swerve. The chain on the pole saw, the Milwaukee pole saw, is a little bit loose. I don't really like the way that design is. You loosen it, you loosen the you know, the nut up, and you turn the screw, the tensioning screw, just like you would on a regular chainsaw. But it ain't built like a regular chainsaw. It ain't, I mean, it's like plastic threads or something, I don't know. It doesn't tighten up like my steel saws do. So I'm gonna have to pull it up, so I don't want the chain to come off. And as long as I'm not cutting little stuff and going at weird angles, I can usually do that. What else I got? So I went through the man lift best I know how. It was a little bit low on hydraulic fluid, so I topped it off. I checked some connections and all, but man, I really don't know what to check, to be honest. I just wanted to make sure it's not leaking anywhere or nothing like that. So I'm probably gonna have to drive this thing to a dealer. And that goes back to what we're talking about all the time. When you buy a piece of equipment, you know, man lift, skid steer, no matter what the brand is, you want to try to find a brand that is, well, that is competitive in the pricing, and also where the dealer is, well, close by. You know, if I had a JLG dealer, you know, 10 miles from here, I'd have been done and took that man lift to the dealer to have them fix it. There's a few things wrong with it. I don't think it's nothing serious or anything. There's no leaks or anything, but it's not working. Some of the features are not working like they're supposed to. The extension out is not working right. I don't know what it needs. I thought it might just be low on fluid, but I'm you know, and it might have been. I'll see today. But if you're up in the air on the vertical lift part, and then you try to extend out when you're aiming up like this, and you try to extend out, it has a hard time pushing you out. Now, if you're down, if you're level, or you know, aiming down just a little bit on the main boom, you can extend out, and it does it a lot easier. So what I've been doing is, if I know I got to extend out, I go on and extend out while I'm down on the, you know, close to the ground, to where I can just extend it out. And maybe I'll show y'all some of that today. I don't know. You know, these videos become pretty typical for me. I try to make them as entertaining as I can. The video yesterday, you know, the few videos I did yesterday, I broke them all up. Instead of having one long ass boring video, I made 3 videos where people could stop and start and all that. So and Chad did come into the comments, you know, and I knew he wouldn't be offended. Some of these guys would get offended if I said something like that, or, you know, but that's why I kept having to reiterate yesterday, you know, this is not a dig at nobody or anything. And Chad is, well, he's like me. He is an open mind a lot, and he knows that what I'm telling and saying in the video is facts. You know, it doesn't have to be against anything or for anything. I'm just spitting facts. That's all I'm doing, and on my experience. And I got a pretty good bit of experience. the thing with the trailers and all, if I'm anybody that's starting a lawn care business, and after you get your initial trailer, it's probably going to be a 3,500 pound axle, and then you see that this is what you want to do, this is what you're going to be, this is going to be your baby, then you're going to want the next trailer you buy, you're going to want to update. But back to the JLG lift, so there's no dealer around here, and that's a problem for me, because the closest dealer is like 55 miles from here, and that's, you know, that's a half day dropping it off and a half day going and picking it up, and I gotta hope they get it right and all that. So I'm gonna call my guy over at that works on a lot of stuff with engines and hydraulics and all, and I'm gonna see if he wants to look at it. It's an electrical thing, I think, but I don't want him to look at it if he can't fix it. I don't want to, you know, that's my fear, is taking it to Atlanta and dropping it and then coming back and picking it up and paying them whatever they say, because I don't really know, and then it not being right, me having to take it back. See, once you start doing all that, you're losing money every which way. You're hemorrhaging money and time. So yeah, I need to call around, and I just haven't done it yet. I didn't want to go too deep into the man lift yesterday. I was going to change the fluid out and all that, but I didn't want to go too deep in it because I needed it to work today. After today, I don't have any more jobs lined up for it, so I could go without it. Preferably, you know, I would like to be able to take it to a mechanic of some kind, even if I have to go to Atlanta on a rainy day. Right. So this is not ideal. I'm going to try to break that branch off with the skid steer. I hope we don't pull the whole top out. I'm just going to have to kind of feel it. See, you don't want it to hit this tree and bounce back and hit the corner of the house. I wonder about that limb when I take the top out, hitting the corner of the house right there. So let's see if we can break it off. notched it up there. We're gonna try to, it's gonna be better for everything to go on the other side of these sweet gums. If I hit their driveway, it's not a big deal. They move their car. It's okay if it falls and hits the driveway or something, but I just don't want it to pop back. So I notched it and cut a little bit of a back cut, hoping I can break it. If one of these houses, I might have been able to push this whole thing over. It's pretty wobbly up there. So let's see if we can get the top piece down. So basically what it did, y'all, is where I notched it, it was too strong right there. It ended up, that's what I'm saying, I could have pushed the whole thing over. But me pulling the top and it didn't break at the top, I said, man, it started popping and cracking. I said, yeah, the whole tree's gonna come down. And that would, I mean, that's fine. I was gonna take it that way anyway. Getting it on this side of this sweet gum tree was going to be too much for me to deal with. So now I'm just going to have to get it up over there. So I got to put this camera on charge though. So. All right, y'all, so y'all pretty much see, as always, it's always more work than what I think in my head. That's why I make sure I charge enough. This job's paying $1,000, so I mean, y'all see I got the tree down. Now all I gotta do, well, again, you know, I can't get out of my own damn way. I should have brought a blower, but see, my intention was not to, I need a blower on every freaking skid steer job. So it's just dumb of me not to damn have a blower. So I'm gonna run to the house and grab the blower. So back over here real quick before it gets dark on me. So the impact is not that bad on the ground. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna cut that branch off right there. That'll help with you know, being able to get grass in there. You see them? I'm a Georgia deer. Yeah, don't it look great? So what I want to do is I want to bring the stump grinder and grind this stump down, because it won't take much. And then have the and then spread the chips around here, make it all nice and neat. Probably one more bucket load I can pull out of that bed right there. Now that was already there, so I'll have to make one more run to the woods. Without further ado, and I'm not going to be I can't dig it out either. I put the bucket on it, but man, you're gonna ruin the chain going up in there. So, chain up. All right, y'all. So another one down, and we'll get the stump ground down tomorrow. Deuces.